Welcome to Crochet ADHD. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. You're a one-hit wonder. I'm so glad you're here. If you're a returning viewer, wait, hold on. If you are a returning viewer, no, let me try that again. Okay, wait. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. You're a one-hit wonder. I'm so glad you're here. If you are a returning viewer, no, that's not right. Is it? Okay. If you're a returning viewer, a repeat offender, if you're a repeat offender, no. If you're a returning viewer, a repeat offender, rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. Y'all, it has been way too long since I have sat down to film a video, and I can't even remember like my spiel. I'll probably leave in the bloopers just so that you can see what a struggle it was just to make it to this point, which in real time is 1 minute and 30 seconds into this video. Anyway, how have y'all been? This episode, this one is kind of everything I have done since the last time I talked about doing things. I think that means like November, December, and January, but please don't quote me on that. I'm looking at my notes, which are horrifically sparse because I just didn't write things down. To give you an indication as to how long it has been, I still have my December 2024 calendar hanging. What else? Oh, yes, ma'am. Say hello to Miss Hetty. Now, Miss Hetty is actually wearing 2 crocheted items, neither of which are officially finished. The first thing that she is wearing is this top right here that I started working on last year. Okay, I started it in November according to my notes. It's not completely done, and after blocking, I realized that somewhere around this part of the top, I switched hook sizes or I switched stitches. Either way, now it looks different there. Now knowing that I'm going to have to frog back, I'm pretty sure that's 5 rows. I think I changed from double crochets to half double crochets, which is not horrible, but I kind of wanted it to have like a loose-ish fit, and the half double crochets kind of brought it in a little bit. The sleeves are done because they were going to be short sleeves. I've already like done the cuff and everything for that. It's just doing the body. But one of the channels that I watch is Young Folk Knits. So it's a knitting channel. And Casey, the hostess, she always talks about wearing sweaters with dresses. And in my head, I couldn't really, I mean, she would show the, pictures or video of her wearing this combination. And she always kind of had like a cropped sweater with a long dress. I don't know, it was always like just a cool idea to me, but I could not, for whatever reason, figure out how that combination worked. But I decided to give it a go. And putting this on Miss Hetty, it was not for that specific purpose, but now as I'm looking at it, I kind of like this look of the shorter top with a dress. Coincidentally, at least through the lens of this camera, it looks like this goes together. It might simply just be the lens of the camera. Today, I am wearing, I'm not done talking about what she's wearing. So don't worry, ma'am. Okay, but I'm going to show you this. So this is the granny vest that I made a few months ago. This is actually the very first time I'm wearing it. Miss Hetty has been wearing it ever since I made it. I'm wearing it over a black knit dress. I don't dislike it. However, going with the idea or the inspiration that I was trying to pull from Casey's styling, this would be a little bit too long, but because I wasn't thinking about that when I made this particular vest, you know, that's not a big deal. But I do rather like the idea. Now that I'm wearing this for the first time, I feel like it's lopsided. I thought I made comment about it while it was on Miss Hetty. Also, I feel like there's more fabric on this side. No, it looks off to me. And also it's got this little bit of a pucker, and the armhole actually ended up being wider than I thought it was going to be. And I suppose if I'm not standing in a mirror or on a camera constantly, you know, pulling and tugging at it, it might not be that big a deal. Anyway, this is what I get for going off pattern. I had to be somewhere at 1 o'clock. I yanked this off the mannequin at like 12:30. I called her a mannequin. I yanked this off the mannequin.
Oh no.
I yanked it off of her, and that's when the reality of "you didn't leave in your ends" sort of slapped me, because there were ends all over the place, and pretty sure there's one in the back. But because it was behind me, it didn't matter because I couldn't see it. Back to Miss Hetty. The other thing that she's wearing that's draped over her shoulder, it's supposed to be a shawl. The one that Crystal from Bag a Day did for her 1 millionth subscriber extravaganza. And I quit at whatever row number this is. It's in my pile of things to be blocked. Just felt like throwing it up there. So that takes care of that and that. This is a little bit of a admin thing, as people say. I had a give away, which included the calendar, the 80s calendar for, is this it? This is not it. Not this calendar. This is a different calendar. Anyway, this calendar. The winner never contacted me. So I still have this package. It's not here. It's in a pink envelope. I still have this package. No one claimed it. So what I want to do, and there's still 10 months of this calendar that can be used. If you're interested in receiving this prize, the calendar plus whatever else is in the package, which I can't remember, it's a very respectable sized package. I'll have you leave a comment below using certain words, but we already know we're not supposed to say anything that has to do with give away. That's all I ask. So please don't do that. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Let's get into the podcast as it's supposed to be. And we start off with, what do we start off with? Finished objects. So my first finished object is not here. It is in Texas, but I will pop in a photo right here. And I called this the Emiris Throw, Emiris, because that is a mashing of Emily and Chris's name. I made it for their living room for a throw for the couch. I've made this pattern before. It's this 12 point 12. It's a pointed blanket. I really like the pattern. I really like how this one came out. didn't have an overall plan, except I knew that she wanted something with neutral colors in it. And I just really love how this came out. And I made it in a short amount of time because I was a little bit stressed, which, you know, whenever I tell her things like, you know, this is my stress blanket, this is my stress shawl, I feel like it doesn't sit with her the way it sits with me. It's like I do this to keep me calm, and I feel like she's seeing it from the other side of it, being more like, because something stressful has happened, you had to do this. And while that's true, it's more for the release of stress, or the, you know, the ability to handle the stress while I'm going through the situation, if that makes any sense. My next finished object, if you remember, I was making a shawl with the scraps of all of my fingering weight projects from 2024. And this is the finished project. Now, I can't remember if I have blocked this or not. I'm going to say I haven't, because it still has stitch markers in it. But how glorious is this? As I look at it, I still say there's no way I would have like said, let's grab these colors specifically and put them together. Honestly, sometimes, a lot of times, scrap projects can be ugly. Now, am I saying that this is not ugly? No, I'm not saying that. Am I saying it's beautiful? No, I'm not going to say either of those things, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I am beholding this that I made with my 2 hands, and I feel like the love, the determination, the skill, the thought, all of those things that are in here make it beautiful. So if you look at it and you're just like, whoo, it looks like Walt Disney threw up, I can see that, right? I can absolutely see that. Beyond that, I just see, look what I made. Look what I made. It's very colorful. I mean, very colorful. And my last finished object, pretty sure that's right, I will pop in a picture here, right there. This is another hat that I made for my son-in-law, who loves to wear knit hats. I made him a black one, or I made him a black and gold one last year for the New Orleans Saints colors, and this one is for the Louisiana Pelicans. New Orleans Pelicans? Louisiana Pelicans? Can you tell I'm a sports person? It's the professional basketball team from Louisiana. Their colors are red and blue. And I don't know. This was made with the direction of his wife, my youngest daughter, Bob. It's funny because the first person to see it after I did was my new son-in-law, and he said, "Ooh, that looks like Mario." And then my son saw it and he said, "Ooh, Spider-Man." So when the intended son-in-law saw it, he didn't say Spider-Man, Mario, or the Pelicans. I don't remember what he said, but given the fact that this thing now actually has 3 different personalities, I guess, once again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I like it. Y'all, let me tell you something about this project. I bought this yarn specific for him. This is love. I'm going to show you the yarn, but I just need you to know that I bought it specific to make this project specific. Okay. I know. Now I feel like I need to make apparently a Mario hat and a Spider-Man hat for the other men, and then I will be cleansed of this yarn. If you are a one-hit wonder and you're wondering what the heck is that thing about, okay, I do not like Red Heart yarn. Do I judge people who use Red Heart yarn? No. I'm not even going to say all Red Heart, but Red Heart Super Saver gives me the itch. That is some PTSD from my first years of crocheting, so that's what that's about. And this is the first time I have intentionally purchased Red Heart Super Saver yarn in over 40 years. Whew. There's too much existential crisising happening right now. Those are my 3 finished objects for up to now. Next up, whips. Now my whips are a little bit out of control because I have an overwhelming urge to start so many things. And in January, I wrote something on here and I have, I just figured out what it was. I had written down FFIS shawl and I could not for the life of me figure out what FFIS was. And I just realized what FFIS is. I know y'all didn't even know anything about that until I said it just now, but we're sharing and sharing is caring. So let me show you the challenge sweater. The challenge sweater was supposed to be finished in December of 2024. I had given myself a year to make this, and it's called the challenge sweater because I challenged Lynn of Nina's Knots Crochet to take a knit pattern of a sweater and hack it to be a Tunisian crochet sweater. There were a lot of starts and stops along the way here. Mine started out as a sweater. Y'all, I guess apparently I was so away from the original sweater inspiration that I don't even have the pattern for it in my bag anymore. If I can remember the name of it, I'll have Editing Jackie put it on the screen. No promises. Over time, like I said, this thing has morphed. It was supposed to be a sweater, and then I was like, no, maybe it'll be a tee. And then I was like, I don't know. And so I think I've settled on tank top. Okay, this is, I don't know if it's the front or the back. I did not want the front and the back to look the same, but I can't remember which one I designated for which. So this is one part. The yarn I am using is from, wow. Thriss from Thriss and Stitches. She dyed this special. It was the color, it was the 2023, yes, 2023 color for I Love the 80s, and it was inspired by Miami Vice. And there's that is so crazy that the pooling that it did on here. So this is piece 1, and then this is piece 2. And now all I have left to do is the strap. I have learned as many stitch markers and ideas that I have while I'm working on a project. I have got to take more notes because I can't remember stuff. This is the 3rd skein. So I think that's pretty good considering this is all done in Tunisian knit stitch, and the knit stitch is thicker than like the Tunisian simple stitch. I like how far I've gotten with just this. So 3 skeins to make a Tunisian top, and this is fingering weight. I really should have taken better notes. I'm really upset with myself. There's one reason why I should not put things down for long periods of time. Rotating projects, I'm fine. Because I keep everything together. And even with that, I have kept all of my my things together for said projects, sans the pattern that this originated with, but we're not talking about that. Just with the trouble I'm having with this top as far as how to finish it, and this one changing the stitch, it was just too much time in between, because I know that one's been sitting. That one sat for over a month. This one sat for 2 or 3, and well, I'm a victim of that. I'm just going to open up a bag. Project bag number 2. Okay, in here we have this is the FFIS shawl. So the FFIS is the Fiber Fun in the Sip shawl. This is what I was planning to make in time, or not in time, to make to wear at the Fiber Fun in the Sip event. Yes, I know that it is a granny stitch. It's fine. The fact that I didn't remember starting it is kind of crazy, because the next thing on my whips list is a hack of a knitting shawl pattern called Tennessee Goes It, because it's originally called Easy Goes It. Didn't remember, but they are literally right on top of each other on my whip list. This yarn is from WonderlandYarns. This was my mystery, what was it called? My mystery yarn date. I'll put what it is. It was a mystery, and this blue, here we go. It's this beautiful, it's called ink blue. It is so pretty, and oh, you can really see a lot of the different coloration that's inside of there. It looks TARDIS blue, but then in here it almost looks purple. And then I got like a full skein, and then I got a mini skein, and this right here is the mini skein. Let me do it from this direction. Right there, so pretty. And I did not have enough of the mini skein for a shawl, so I actually interspersed some other minis in here. So like this part right here that's more brown, that is one of my micro skeins from Tangled Poets that I got last year when I got the jar. And the last row right here, can you see the sparkle? That is from, I got it from a vendor at at Fiber Fun in the Sip in 2023. The name is escaping me, but I will have editing Jackie put it on the screen. So I'm just implementing as much as I can in the same colorway to extend the shawl. Now that I know what this is and where it lives, I'm showing you this here for accountability purposes. I have 2 hooks in here, and they're not the same size. So I wonder which one I'm using. See what I mean? I have set myself up for failure. Oh, there's a 3rd hook. Yeah, G, H, and I, or 4.5, 5, and 5.5. So I'm screwed. Okay, so that's project number 2, or project bag number 2, which officially is the FFIS shawl. Next one is, this would be the Tennessee Goes It shawl that I was hacking from a knitting pattern to a crochet pattern, Tunisian crochet pattern. I don't know if I love it. I've started it over multiple times in a rush to try to get this finished, thinking I hadn't started a project for the Fiber Fun in the Sip. But apparently I'm smarter than myself and a little dumber. Here is where I am so far. I will pop the information about the original shawl in the bottom, and I think it's a free pattern, so I will put the link in the description box. I'm pretty sure I have screwed this up. I've used a Tunisian knit stitch for all of this, and I wrote down a few things. The original pattern calls for, no, it's not on this page. It calls for a like slip stitch and a knit front and back, something like that. And to replace the knit front and back, I just did a full stitch, which if you're familiar with Tunisian crochet, that just means you're putting in a stitch in the space between stitches, and it adds a stitch. And then the other one, it says S11K or slip. I don't know what that means in knit speech, but I just replaced that also with a full stitch, and that got me up to here, which is section this is section A, which is all the knit stitch, and then the section B. Now on the original pattern it calls for purls and something. Now I tried to just replace the purl information with Tunisian purl, but it was not, I didn't like how it looked. So I ended up replacing that section with the honeycomb stitch, which is alternating purls and slips or simple stitch. The Tunisian purl stitch and the Tunisian simple stitch, and it creates this beautiful, very, very beautiful design. Problem for me is the thickness of the knit stitch portion and the thickness of the honeycomb stitch portion is quite different. It's like this part is nice and floofy, and then this part is, it's just thinner. And I don't know that if I block this, if that would make a difference at all. But I really, really like the look of the honeycomb stitch. Still want to convert a knit pattern to a Tunisian crochet pattern for a shawl. I don't know. And then the more I look at this, I'm reminded of the, is it Lamia wrap by Tony from TL Yarn Craft. I made one several years ago and I gifted it, so it's not even like I can go and run and look at it. So I don't know. Now this yarn is also from WonderlandYarns. These are the colors. Whoops. There's this, and woohoo, come on, can I do it? Hey, look at there. So it comes with these 5 colors in it. Once again, if the information appears again somehow magically in my mind, I will have Editing Jackie put the information there. If you are ever interested to know, I do have a discount code for WonderlandYarns, because I am a brand ambassador for them. And even if I wasn't, y'all, this yarn, I know I have a love affair with yarn. However, some yarns are just better than others. Never have I gotten yarn from WonderlandYarns where I was just like, oh, I can't, no, all of it yummy, woo, so yummy. So anyway, the FFIS, right? Yes. No. The Tunisia does it. Whatever. Yeah. Love the colors, and this part right here. Yeah. I I have a strong dislike for this jog right here. But I didn't want to cut it off because it was such a short piece. You know what? It's okay because I got plenty of time to marinate with this one. Okay, that was WIP number 3. A US 6 is a 4mm. I'm pretty sure that's right because the numbers in knitting are the same as the letters in crochet, and G is A, B, C, D, G, B, C, D. I feel like that's right. Oh, it's saying 6 to 8, US 6mm. Okay, yeah, I was right. Yes, so a US 6 knitting needle is the equivalent of a G hook because it's still both 4mm. Hopefully that's not confusing. I knew how it was at one time, and then things went caca. Okay, last project bag. Pretty sure it's empty. Ha! It's empty. So that's one less thing. Next up will be, you know what? Let's do this. It's time to flip the calendar. Hey, 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 flip the calendar. Oh, okay. Here's what happened. I did buy a calendar for my inspiration photo. And then my husband went to our insurance agent. And, you know, at the end of the year, banks and everybody is practically gives you calendar. So he gave me a calendar. Oh no, here it is right here. I had a whole story prepared and everything. The 2025 inspiration calendar, got it from the Dollar Tree. It was $1.50. Totally forgot about it. This is the one that he got from our insurance agent. So now there's a quandary of which one do I use? I feel like I might be able to rotate them, right? No, I think I want to go with the national parks. I mean, these pictures are really pretty too. We're going to go with national parks for 2025. Or lighthouses. Okay, there's more color. There are more colors in the national parks. So let's do that. Even though I paid for this. Y'all. Oh, okay. Okay, so here we go. If you want to be entered into the drawing for the package that was not claimed, y'all tell me which one. Tell me which one. Lighthouses or national parks. I help. Okay, just tell me which one you think we should do, or if I should alternate. Just give me some information. Help me on this journey. I was fine when I thought it was just the one, and then when I thought, oh, we replaced it with the other, but now to know that it's two, so help me. Okay, you tell me which one we should use for 2025. Next up is stuff I got. First thing, I got this. I feel like a pink Power Ranger. So I put it together myself. Not an enjoyable experience, not horrible, but I feel like I'm at the stage in my life where if I order a chair, it should arrive chaired. I haven't spent much time crocheting in it because I haven't spent a lot of time in here crocheting. So that's one of the things I got. Next would be this. Whoops. Nope. Go other way, Jackie. Nope. Other way. Ha-ha! Ta-da! I watch so many channels and they all have like little signs or little something or others with their name on it. And when I say people, I mean Linnea, because she's got this beautiful turtle sign thing that has her logo on it and stuff. And it just, it wasn't covetousness per se. It may have been a little covetousness, but anyway, so I got a thing with my name on it. And as I'm looking at it, for some reason it felt like it looked wrong, but I think it's because I'm normally put my name in uppercase letters and this is in lowercase letters. I did get some yarn. Premier sent me an email and they're like, hey, your points or something are getting ready to expire. Yeah, use them. And I was like, okay. It was like $10 worth of something. So I was like, So I went through, and I always go to the clearance section because why wouldn't you? And they had this yarn called Himalaya Lana Luxe. It's 50% acrylic and 50% wool. It is a number 2, 437 yards, 100 grams. And it is calling for a 3.5 millimeter hook or 4 millimeter needle. And it was in a pack. So it was $10 for the pack of 5, and I had a $10 off coupon, so all I paid was shipping. So it was like $5 for this yarn. It's been sitting here for a while, y'all. For yarn to sit in my house untouched, unopened, okay. Alrighty. It does not have a smell. It reminds me of, it actually feels a little toothier than I would expect for a 50-50 blend. I'm pretty sure I was thinking about making a cardigan with it in Tunisian crochet, since it's a number 2. It doesn't even say what the color name is, but this is like a drab army, like MASH 407 7th kind of green. I don't know. I don't hate it. Woo! But for $5, so that came out to $1 a ball for 50-50 yarn in number 2 weight. It is definitely toothy. It doesn't feel acrylic-y. It feels more like untreated wool. Not horrible. Not horrible at all. And I got this from Premier Yarns in January sometime. I got yarn from Temu. Look, I got credits. If y'all are regular Temu shoppers, if you didn't know this, they have a feature where after you've purchased something, if the price drops on a similar item, you can go in and get a price adjustment. Sometimes it's only like 3 cents, but sometimes it could be like a lot of cents. And depending on the size of your order, that's a lot of cents times however many products you got in your order. And I think it's all within like 30 days of purchase. So that's a wide window of time. And so I had all of these credits that were building up, and I decided I need to now kind of cash out of Temu. And I didn't want to lose any of the credits or monies that I have spent there. So I'm kind of trying to use up all of that. I realize I'm justifying this and I don't need to, but I feel like I just want to explain it. This is merino wool, natural and hand-dyed yarn. This is 52% wool, 10% cashmere, 38% polyester. 100 grams. Recommended needle is 3.5 millimeters, and it is 270 meters, which I think is like 295 yards. So I was close. It came 3 to a pack. I really like this color, colorway. Smells woolly. Smells very woolly. This is really nice. Okay, so they're saying it's a DK weight, maybe a sport weight. Yeah, I feel like that might be right. It might be right. There's a sport weight. It's not bad. I don't usually get a lot of like pastel-y colors. She lied as the baby pink stares her in the face. This I feel like is the first time I've like intentionally chosen this kind of color. Unless it was like a really cool colorway name, you know, like if it was like Pretty in Pink or, you know, Purple Rain, you know what I'm saying. I just chose this solely on the color. I think I'll have to get back with you on that. So that's it. That is everything that catches me up, or catches y'all up, catches us up to the things that I have been getting into over the last several months. If you like this video, do me a favor, please click the like button, comment down below. Again, if you would like to enter your chance to win the prize that wasn't claimed back in December. Which calendar should we go with? Was it national parks, lighthouses, national parks, or both? Yeah. Woo! I'm telling you, when you get out of the routine, you totally get out of the routine, and it just, everything feels so strange. If you want to stick around and become a member of the GlamFam, all you have to do is click that subscribe button, and don't forget to rock that notification bell. Until next time, I've been Jackie.